The Duggars are in the news, but it's for serious criminal charges, including up to life in prison. We're going to do that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, and this is a Fast Facts video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. So, you guys may remember the Duggars from 19 Kids and Counting. You got the season 4 up there, where it was going into the story of Jim Bob Duggar and their very, very large family. Well, as with all families, there are bad elements, and indeed Josh Duggar, one of the brothers, the oldest, actually faced criminal charges for CSAM, that's child materials, inappropriate materials, that he got offender status for and was convicted for, and that happened about 5 years ago. Well, now we have his younger brother, Joseph Duggar.
Joseph, clearly choked up in the preview, says the scandal broke his heart.
I don't think there's any way any of us would have known that my brother's living such a secret life.
Seen there in the promotional materials on the left and in his new mugshot on the right, facing criminal charges in Florida and in Arkansas. And he's joined in that by his wife, Kendra Duggar. And you see there, once again, her promotional photo versus the mugshot. Big difference there. And she's going down as well. So what are we talking about? Let's get to the opening statements. So in March 18th, 2026, Joseph Duggar was arrested on charges of molesting a minor in Florida, in Bay County, Florida. That incident happened years ago. And then March 20th, so 2 days after, Kendra Duggar was arrested on charges 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor and second-degree false imprisonment. Now, Joseph Duggar was also charged as well. So those 4 counts applied both to Joseph and to Kendra as husband and wife. Now, let's get into the incidents, starting first with Joseph. So with Joseph, the incident which occurred with a 9-year-old girl at the time, she's now 14, was alleged sexual abuse that occurred when Joseph allegedly asked the victim to sit on his lap. And I quote, "As the vacation continued, he also asked her to sit next to him on a couch and covered them with a blanket. During this time, Duggar manipulated the victim's underwear and grazed her genitals. Duggar would also continue to rub his hand on her thighs," and that's in a report according to the Bay County Sheriff's Office. That's the official statement there. We also have a call that just came in from the county jail in Arkansas, where he is waiting to be extradited.
Hi there. This is Joe Duggar here.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm over here at the Washington County.
Yeah.
Kind of, I don't know if my dad mentioned it to you or not.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we need to talk sometime about things or how the process works here on this side, or if you know anything more than I do.
Yeah. The only issue, you're there. You're in custody pending the issuance of a governor's warrant.
So he's waiting in custody in that county jail, and he's going to be extradited out to Florida, which means it's going to be shipped out to Florida to actually go through the criminal process in Florida. So that is happening. So jumping into the arguments and the substantive law, this crime occurred in Florida, so it will be extradited. And what he'll be charged with is lewd and lascivious behavior with a minor, right? And with that, that's under Chapter 800 of the Florida statutes. That reads intentionally touching of any intimate area, and that's an abbreviation, breasts, or any clothing covering them, of a minor under 16. Once again, this was a 9-year-old girl, very, very young under the statute. And because of the age of the minor at the time, and because Joseph Duggar was over the age of 18, this is a life felony potentially. The mandatory minimum for this is 25 years. And of course, that would come with offender status and everything that goes along with that, including a lifetime of probation. Very, very serious charges. Now let's go over to Kendra. So with Kendra, the report, as reported by People magazine, said that a source close to the family told the outlet that the arrest on Friday was the result of a home inspection and locks being on the exterior of doors. So that, once again, you're looking at endangerment of the child's physical well-being, mental well-being, and also false imprisonment. A spokesperson for the family told People that the charges filed against Kendra Duggar were totally unrelated to Joseph Duggar's case in Florida. She's not suspected or accused of participating in his alleged crime. And I thought, yeah, but no, that's very misleading legally, because the whole reason why this happened 2 days afterwards and there was this investigation is because the Florida crime allowed for the issuance of an automatic warrant in Arkansas. And so they were able to actually go into that home, look at the home, inspect the home, and actually look, okay, are these kids being taken care of? Is there welfare and safety? What's going on with that? So that came up as a result of that. So yes, the charges against Joseph in Florida are not the same as Kendra. Kendra will not be charged for the behavior with the minor because she didn't do that. However, that enabled this investigation, looking deeper into the Duggar family, this part of the Duggar family, and saying, hey, no, there's something deeply wrong going on. So what's the penalty in Arkansas? So with Kendra, and this is also with Joseph, because they're both charged, it's reckless endangerment of a child, which is endangering their physical or mental welfare. So that's a very broad category. It's much more broad than the specific crime that, for example, Joseph is charged with. Now that carries, it's a misdemeanor, carries up to 1 year in jail and a $2,500 fine. False imprisonment, obviously keeping in there, they can't leave. They're not able to, go away. That's against their will. That's up to 1 year in jail and $2,500 fine. So that's a total of 8 counts because there's 4 counts each, right? So that's 4, right? So you're looking at 8 years plus fines potentially for Kendra as well as Joseph in Arkansas. So let's get to my judgment. So in judgment here, the Florida trial will likely be televised and publicized, although they'll have to do some sort of obscuring or editing or removing of the minor's testimony. So we'll be monitoring that and covering that case as it develops and getting all those documents out of Florida and what we can get out of Arkansas as well. And Joseph faces far more serious penalties than his wife, Kendra. Kendra can likely take, because this is a first offense for her and because it's nonviolent, can probably take a plea deal or get a suspended sentence, some sort of probation. So she's not facing the same thing. Whereas Joseph is looking at that mandatory minimum of 25 years, and he's likely going to join his brother Josh Duggar with offender status. So I want to know what you guys think about this. Have you heard about this? Remember the Duggar family? Let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one. But I want to remind everybody that the Cabbage plushies are now live. So if you want to get one of these Cabbage plushies, if you like my coverage of the Ramsey Khalid Ismail Johnny Somali case, you can get one of those in the link below that's pinned in the comments and in the description. Thank you.